the Hollywood Spotlight, presenting an all-star review from the entertainment center of the world, Hollywood. Hello, everybody. This is Tom Jeffrey, inviting you to join us as we bring you another array of brilliant names to entertain you. Phil Harris and his orchestra, featuring charming Leah Ray. Then the Hollywood troubadour Larry Burke. The three ambassadors. Then, as an extra special treat this time, you're going to hear the voice of one of the most talented and beloved men in show business, Leo Carrillo. All right, then, on with the show. And I'm going to ask Phil Harris to announce his offering.
Here's our little girl with a smile in her voice, Leah Ray. You know, she's from the South, and right now I guess she's kind of longing for her river home.
I'm longing for my river home, along that slippy shore, my river home. I see a light through the pine that shines through a rickety door. The latch is always open, breezes kiss my river home. They never seem to miss my river home. I love the sweet serenade while under the shade of the trees. I'm seeing seamless hair and whistles, watching paddles turning in the deep. And I'm hearing donkeys down on the levee singing in rhythm, hallelujah. How in the world can I sleep? I'm gazing in my baby's eyes. They're always blazing like those river skies. Tell me, why did I roam away from my old river home? river home, along that zippy shore, my river home. I see a light through the pine that shines through a rickety door. The latch is always open, breezes kiss my river home. They never seem to miss my river home. I love the sweet serenade while under the shade of the trees. I'm seeing steamers, hearing whistles, watching paddles turning in the deep. And I'm hearing donkeys down on the levee singing in rhythm, hallelujah, how in the world can I believe? I'm gazing in my baby's eyes, they're always blazing like those river's guides. Tell me, why did I roam away from my old river home?
Ah, thanks, Leah. You know, those dimples of yours must have started Larry Burke on a new train of thought, because here he is with an invitation just for you.
Don't forget dinner at 8, food gardenias at your plate. Under the table, our hands will meet. We should be able to be discreet, lights are dim, moonlight above. That's how people fall in love. Just tell your mother you might be late. Don't forget dinner at 8.
Now, Johnny Murray is standing in the wings, ready to introduce our very special guest. All right, Johnny, take it away. And who's your distinguished visitor?
Mr. Leo Carrillo. Carrillo, the microphone is yours.
Well, thank you, Johnny, very much.
And I'm very glad, Leo, that we got you here tonight before you fly to New York tomorrow.
Well, flying to New York, you know, I'm a little air-minded.
I see.
I knew something was the matter with it. I didn't know what it was, but I mean, I got my inspiration for flying from Lindbergh. Now, do you remember the day that Lindbergh flew to New York? Well, I happened to be standing on the field, and I saw him walk across the field, and I heard somebody say, well, that guy's going to fly to New York, and he did. Remember when he came back, he went to...
I do.
He went to Washington, you know. New York won, but he went to Washington to pay his respects as a good American to President Coolidge. And they were both stoics, you know. They didn't talk much. They walked in. Lindbergh looked in. Coolidge looked at Lindbergh and looked at each other. It's all over in a minute. See? So he borrowed an airplane from the United States government, you know. They had two at that time. His wasn't assembled. He came over on the battleship Memphis, and he flew to New York. If you remember, he flew around Liberty Statue and he lit at the toes of Liberty. Nothing could be more American, Johnny, you know. And he lit at the toes of Liberty, and the outgoing ships, of course, stopped and hesitated in their movements, and they dipped their colors, and Governor's Island, the bugles blasted, and the guns went off at Sandy Hook, you know, and there was a lot great to do about it, and millions of people gathered. And the story is this. There was a little Italian standing on the edge of the dock of the Battery when Lindbergh landed, and he told me the story like this. If you remember, there were millions of people hanging in the skyscrapers, you know, trying to get a view of this wonderful American boy.
Millions, that's right.
Millions of like flies on flypaper, you know what I mean? Well, anyhow, Lindbergh flew around Liberty Statue, and this Italian saw him, and he took his 7 little boys. Had 7 little boys, this Italian, you know.
The old Italian custom,
The old Italian custom, yeah. Just a little Latin flavor, that's all. But anyhow, this Italian was standing with the 7 little boys, and Lindbergh flew in. He told the story like this. He says, you know, Mr. Carrillo, the other day I go see the Lindbergh when she come from Washington in a fly ship. You know, Lindbergh, she fly to the France country, and he come back and he say hello to Mr. Coolidge. Mr. Coolidge then was the president for the United States, you know. Well, I was standing for the dock. Everybody was behind me, about 2-3 millions of people. I want to show my kids, you know, the Lindbergh. He's a great American boy. Well, all about it. Well, Lindbergh, pretty soon, he come from Washington in a fly ship, and he fly around the Liberty Statue. You know Liberty Statue? Liberty Statue is an old woman who stand in the water with a candle in her hand and look for the ship. Well, that's all right. That's all right. I'm making no trouble for nobody. I'm standing with my little boys, and pretty soon, the Lindbergh, she come and sit down in the water by the Liberty Statue, and he get a little lunch. Not lunch. Not the kind of lunch you eat, you know, little boat.
Lunch.
Steam lunch. Yeah. And he'd go for the dock. He come over to the dock, and he'd go on a float, and he walk it on the gangplank. The gangplank, you know what I mean?
Gangplank, yes, I know.
That's where the gang's coming down, you know, see? Well, when you get to there, everybody, I got my little boys, I'm standing for the edge for the dock. You got the Hudson River here, you know, and you got everybody behind me over here someplace, see? Well, pretty soon, the Lindbergh, she come, and everybody say, look, Lindbergh, and everybody want to shake hands with Lindbergh. My little kids, I go over that way a little bit, everybody push me all the time, you know, and everybody get excited when Lindbergh come down the gangplank, and I say, look, Lindbergh, and I say, Viva l'Italia, Viva Lindbergh, everybody going to crash, see? And then pretty soon somebody says, man overboard, and I hear a great big splash, and by golly, I look around, and that's me.
Thank you, Mr. Leo Carrillo, for that swell story told in your inimitable style. Well, the three ambassadors have made a startling discovery, ladies and gentlemen. Tell us about it, boys, in music.
I've got certain plans for a place you need some pots and pans for. Takes two to make a bargain. What's the answer, baby? What do girls wear veils for? What do men wear suits with tails for? Takes two to make a bargain. What's the verdict, baby? Sign on the dotted line. If as the party of first heart, party of second heart, you agree to be mine, with Cupid as our pilot, I would like to middle island. Takes two to make a bargain. Come on, let's make vows about it. How's about it, baby? I've got certain plans for a house, a lot, you know what it stands for. Takes two to make a bargain. Let me know the answer, baby. What do girls wear veils for? Now don't be silly, what are suits with tails for? Not one, but two to make a bargain. What's the answer, baby? Sign on the dotted line. Whoa, you know darn well there's gonna be a little guarantee to call you mine. And with Cupid as our pilot, I would like to middle island. Takes two to make a bargain. Come on, let's make vows about it. How's about it, baby? Oh, we'll have a duo, maybe a trio. We'll call it the Harmony 3. And we may expand to a 10-piece band. How's about it, baby?